and skin tone remained tan even though it was October. Not every man could pull off the lavender button-down with the bright green and black tie he wore. He was in his mid-20s, and his beautiful wardrobe would have been on point in New York City. Unfortunately, he was a unicorn amongst the bland Washington, D.C. wonks. Chanclas are sandals, or flip-flops. I know you took Spanish in high school. Do you remember none of it? He gently chided. If you recall from our trip to Mexico, I can order cerveza y piña coladas and ask where the bathrooms are. By the time I hit Spanish 3, I was so lost. My teacher took pity on me. The C she gave me was due to the extra credit research project she granted me, not because I actually earned the grade with knowledge of the language. I finished the final bullet point on my conclusions and started a grammar and spell check. Why would your mom threaten you with a flip-flop? It's a Latin thing. Italians threaten their kid with a wooden spoon. Latinas with a flip-flop. I chuckled and corrected a spelling error caught by the computer. Spell check finished, I emailed it to the team and closed my laptop. Done. Right on time. Rodrigo scooped up his computer and his afternoon pumpkin spice latte. We headed to the elevators. You doing anything interesting this weekend? I pressed the up button and sighed. Rick and I are having dinner with Mike and his new girl. He bit his lip to hold back a smile. That should be interesting. What I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall. Dinner with your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend, and his new girlfriend. You could consider Rodrigo my work husband. He was as familiar with the men in my life as my sister or mother. Possibly even more so since we'd had the unfortunate luck of experiencing not one, but 2 escapades together. His fluent Spanish had come in handy during our Mexico caper. When I'd been a suspect in the death of a senator, Rodrigo doggedly helped me pursue a lead that law enforcement dismissed. It wasn't either of our faults that the assassin turned the tables, chasing us up Interstate 95 with a dead woman in the trunk of his car, intent on adding us to his pile of victims. Not wanting to give Rodrigo fodder, I responded, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like I've never met her before. Minlin is a perfectly charming woman. An engineer for Lockheed Martin, Minlin was all things I wasn't. Petite, with straight black hair that hung at her jawline and serious dark eyes. I had wavy, long chestnut hair, emotional green eyes, and stood a solid 5 feet 9 inches in bare feet. I was fairly certain Minlin's closet held only 3 colors: black, gray, and shades of beige. Like Rodrigo, I enjoyed colorful fashions, especially when it came to shoes. I might have had an addiction. Hello, my name is Karina Cardinal, and I'm a shoeaholic. Rodrigo followed me onto the elevator, giving a distinct snort to my description of Minlin. What? She's perfectly fine. Erudite and staid. Rodrigo pressed number 8, and it lit up. Last week at happy hour, I believe you compared her to a zucchini. I rolled my eyes and said dismissively, I remember we did shots to celebrate a win for Jennifer, but I don't recall saying anything like that. To quote, she has the sense of humor of a zucchini. When you look up the word serious in the dictionary, there is a photo of Minlin. Rodrigo used air quotes to emphasize my comments. Good Lord, how many shots did I have? In Mike's defense, considering the shenanigans my adventures put him through, perhaps a zucchini is exactly what he needs. The elevator opened and our discussion ceased as we slipped into seats around the half-full conference room table. The rest of the team filed in, 7 in all. Finally, our boss Hasina strode through the door, her thick, low-heeled pumps clacking against the faux wood laminate floors. She wore a mustard pantsuit that hung limp and wrinkled off her waif-thin figure. Neither the suit